Virgo. August 27th is not just another date. It is the turning point your soul has been waiting for. But let me ask you this. Have you ever felt the universe whispering to you in silence? Have you ever sensed that a single day could carry the weight of destiny itself? Because this day is exactly that. On August 27th, the cosmos does not simply move, it speaks. It speaks to you, Virgo. It delivers a signal of victory, but hidden within this blessing is a test so subtle, so sacred, that most will overlook it. And here lies the paradox. The triumph is yours, but if you reveal it too soon, if you break the silence before the seed has taken root, you could lose it all in an instant. This is not a warning of fear, it is an invitation to power. The universe has chosen you to guard the flame of your destiny with silence, to hold it close until the appointed hour. Because silence is not emptiness. Silence is protection. Silence is the womb of miracles yet to be born. So listen closely, Virgo. August 27th is the day when your soul steps into its sacred test. Will you recognize the sign? Will you honor the silence? Or will you let impatience steal the very victory you've been waiting for? The truth is, destiny is never delivered without a trial. And this is yours. Stay with me, because in the minutes ahead, I will show you exactly how to read this hidden signal, and why this day will alter the course of your journey forever. Welcome to Mindfulness Meditation, your sanctuary for cosmic guidance, inner strength, and spiritual awakening. Before we dive into the depths of today's revelation, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support gives us the energy to create even more messages of light, truth, and transformation. Virgo, the universe has opened the gate. And today, it is your silence that becomes the key. 1. Virgo and the hidden signal of victory. Virgo, August 27th is not an ordinary day. It is the day when silence speaks louder than thunder, when the universe carves a secret message into the fabric of your soul. You will not hear it in the noise of the world, nor will it arrive with the applause of the crowd. This signal of victory comes softly, like the whisper of a seed buried beneath the soil, unseen, unheard, yet destined to break through. Perhaps it appears in the smallest of ways. A phrase that seems to fall into your lap from a stranger's lips, a number that repeats with uncanny precision, a sudden intuition that strikes with the force of déjà vu. Do not dismiss it. For the cosmos never shouts its truth. It tests whether you are awake enough to perceive it, humble enough to honor it, and wise enough to hold it in silence. Because silence, Virgo, is not emptiness. Silence is your shield. It is the womb of every creation, the cocoon where transformation hides before its wings unfold. The seed does not demand recognition when buried in the dark. It knows that the darkness is its ally, and that exposure too soon would kill what was meant to grow. You too must let your victories germinate in secret until the appointed hour. History reminds us of this law of timing. The greatest discoveries were not shouted from rooftops in their fragile beginnings. The revolutionaries, the poets, the visionaries, they first carried their truths like hidden flames, protecting them from the winds of doubt. Only when the fire was strong enough did they let it be seen. Your life now mirrors theirs. The hidden signal of victory is not an invitation to boast, it is an instruction to guard what is sacred until it is indestructible. And here lies the warning. If you speak too soon, if you share your awakening before it has matured, you risk scattering its power into the hands of those who cannot yet understand it. Not everyone deserves access to the seed of your destiny. Some may trample it underfoot, others may attempt to steal it before it blooms. This is why the universe has clothed your victory in silence. Not as a punishment, but as a protection. Yet do not mistake silence for weakness. It is, in fact, the greatest strength. In the stillness of your spirit, you will learn to discern the genuine from the false, the eternal from the fleeting. Silence sharpens your inner ear, so that when the universe speaks, you will not confuse its voice with the chatter of fear. It is in silence that you recognize the sacred moment when heaven and earth align in your favor. And when that moment arrives, Virgo, you will not question it. You will know. The signal will pierce your heart like lightning, and though the world may not yet see it, you will feel the certainty of destiny anchored in your bones. This is the paradox of your triumph. It begins not with a declaration, but with restraint. Not with applause, but with reverence. The stillness you cultivate now is the soil of your future abundance. Just as the ancients studied the stars in quiet vigil, waiting for constellations to reveal their secrets, so must you wait for the alignment to show its full design. So when August 27th arrives, step into the silence with courage. Do not rush to speak, do not crave validation, do not demand that others understand. Guard your seed as if it were a crown, unseen yet already yours. For the truth is this, your victory is certain, but it belongs to those who are patient enough to let destiny ripen. Virgo, the hidden signal of victory is already written in your story. Do not fear the silence. For in the silence, the universe has placed your shield, your sanctuary, and your crown. 2. Virgo. Why silence protects your destiny. Virgo, child of Mercury, you carry the double-edged gift of perception. Your eyes see what others cannot. Your mind weaves meaning where others see only fragments. But with this gift comes a weight. Because the same brilliance that lights your path also exposes you to scrutiny, to envy, to misunderstanding. And as August 27th approaches, the universe sharpens this truth. On this day, your light is magnified. It glimmers not only for allies, but also for those who, consciously or unconsciously, may wish to dim it. A victory is stirring in your life, perhaps in love, in work, in the long inner battles you fought quietly for years. And yet, the moment you unveil it too soon, the fragile seed of destiny risks being trampled before it can bloom. History whispers this lesson again and again. Consider the builders of cathedrals who laid stones in silence, knowing the grand vision would take generations to complete. They did not boast of what was unfinished, they honored the sanctity of process. Or think of the great leaders who held their plans close, revealing them only when the time was ripe, shielding their vision from sabotage. Destiny, like a spark, must be cupped gently in your hands until the wind dies down enough for it to become flame. Virgo, your silence is not weakness. It is armor. Too often, people confuse secrecy with fear. But the truth is different. To remain silent when your spirit burns with revelation is one of the greatest acts of strength. Silence preserves the sacred. Silence shields your destiny from the careless word, the wandering eye, the envy that could corrode what is still tender. Do not mistake me, this is not about mistrusting the world. It is about honoring timing. A fruit picked too early sours the tongue. A secret shared too soon dissolves into dust. On August 27th, you are asked to cradle your breakthrough as a mother protects her child in the womb. Not hidden out of shame, but protected out of love. In my own reflection, I have seen how silence transforms power. I've witnessed individuals who spoke too soon, watching their plans collapse beneath the weight of unready attention. And I've witnessed others, who carried their signs in stillness, only to watch them blossom into legacies no storm could erase. Destiny does not require announcement. It requires devotion. So, Virgo, when the sign arrives, because it will, resist the impulse to broadcast it. Instead, write it down. Place it in the quiet pages of a journal where no outside gaze can interfere. Breathe it into prayer. Protect it as a sacred ember. And when the season is right, the universe itself will amplify your voice louder than you could ever imagine. Remember, silence is not emptiness. It is fullness contained. It is the echo of the cosmos whispering that the most powerful truths need no audience until their hour has come. On August 27th, your silence will be your crown, your shield, and your promise to the destiny unfolding before you. 3. Virgo, the consequences of speaking too soon. Virgo, imagine this. You hold in your hands a flame just born, fragile and trembling, its light shimmering against the shadows. You know it has the power to ignite a future brighter than anything you have ever known. And yet, in your eagerness to share it, you lift it too quickly into the open air. A gust of wind rushes in, and the flame, not yet strong enough, is extinguished. This is the danger of speaking too soon. On August 27th, the universe has chosen you for a revelation, a sign that victory is closer than ever. But understand this truth. The energy of destiny is delicate in its early form. Just as a seedling cannot endure the storm, the beginnings of your triumph require shelter. To reveal it prematurely is to invite interference, not always from malice, but often from the innocent words of those around you. A single comment, even from a loved one, can plant doubt where once there was faith. And doubt, Virgo, is a poison that weakens the soul's resolve. History reminds us of this lesson. Great inventors, prophets, and visionaries often held their discoveries in secrecy, not from pride, but from necessity. Galileo gazed at the stars and saw truths too vast for his time. Yet when he spoke too boldly, too quickly, the guardians of the old world silenced him. Not because his vision was false, but because it was not yet ready to withstand the winds of resistance. The same principle applies to you now. Your destiny is not in question, but its survival depends on your discipline. Speaking too soon is not a harmless act. It fragments energy. When you declare your victory before it has matured, the vibration of your dream scatters into the opinions of others. Some will celebrate you, yes, but others may unconsciously tug at the roots, questioning, projecting their own fears, or simply diluting the sacred energy that belongs to you alone. What could have been a straight path forward becomes tangled with hesitation and obstacles. Virgo, this is not superstition. This is psychology, spirituality, and cosmic law entwined. When you keep your vision within, your mind and heart move in harmony, building strength. But when you release it too soon, you allow the chorus of voices to drown out the clarity of your inner knowing. It is like a symphony interrupted by static, beautiful music broken before its crescendo. This is why the universe gives you silence as a shield. The test is not about hiding forever, but about waiting until your flame is strong enough to blaze against the wind. Silence is not a cage. It is the greenhouse where your destiny grows, safe and unseen, until its roots are unshakable. Consider this paradox. Impatience feels like progress, but in truth, it often delays the very future we long for. A word spoken too soon can push the miracle further away, like a wave that retreats before it touches the shore. The prophecy is clear, your breakthrough is real, but only if you guard it with wisdom. In my own reflections, I have seen the power of restraint. I have watched people destroy their own victories by announcing them too early, opening the door to doubt and envy. And I have seen others, who protected their visions in stillness, unveil them at the perfect moment, unstoppable and undeniable. The difference was not fate, it was timing. So Virgo, heed this truth. Your silence is not weakness, it is mastery. The discipline to hold your secret until it ripens is the mark of one who has matured beyond the grasp of impulsive desire. On August 27th, do not let impatience rob you of what you have earned through years of labor, tears, and sacrifice. This is not merely advice, it is prophecy. To speak too soon is to risk the scattering of your victory into the winds of doubt. But to remain silent is to clothe your destiny in armor, to preserve its energy until the universe itself declares your triumph for all to see. Remember this. The flame is yours. The victory is written. But only patience will carry it into the world fully alive. Guard it well, Virgo. For destiny waits for no one, but it bows to those who honor its sacred timing. 4. Virgo. Claiming your victory with faith. Virgo, August 27th is not merely a promise. It is not a vague whisper of possibility. It is proof that you have never been forgotten, proof that every struggle carved meaning into your path, proof that the universe has been weaving threads of destiny long before you realized you were standing inside the tapestry. The sign you've been waiting for will not arrive as a trumpet blast, it will come as a subtle yet undeniable confirmation. A quiet nod from the cosmos. A message written not in ink, but in the marrow of your bones. It will feel like recognition, like the universe itself placing a hand on your shoulder and saying, "Yes, I saw every tear. Yes, I counted every sacrifice. And yes, it was never in vain." This moment requires faith, not the shallow kind that demands instant proof, but the kind that anchors you when the sea is restless and the sky is dark. Faith is not naive optimism. It is the knowledge that what you cannot yet see already exists. It is the strength to stand still in silence while the roots of your destiny deepen beneath the soil. There are 3 steps, Virgo, and each is sacred. The first is recognition. When the sign arrives, do not explain it away. Do not let logic strangle the quiet whisper of intuition. The ancients called this gnosis, the knowing that cannot be debated, only lived. You will feel it in your chest, in the quickened beat of your pulse, in the way your body reacts before your mind catches up. Trust it. For the signal will not knock twice. The second is reverence for silence. Hold your victory close. Protect it like a candle shielded from the wind. Too many reveal their blessings too soon, scattering sacred power into the mouths of skeptics. Your silence is not weakness, it is a womb, a sanctuary, a fortress. In silence, your victory grows strong roots. And when the time comes, nothing and no one will be able to uproot it. And then, Virgo, comes the third step, preparation for revelation. There will be a day when silence no longer serves, when hiding is no longer holy. That day will not find you trembling or uncertain. It will find you radiant, standing tall, armed not with fragile hope but with undeniable proof. You will not merely announce your victory, you will embody it. This is the rhythm of destiny: recognition, reverence, revelation. Every prophet, every visionary, every builder of empires has walked this path. They did not mistake patience for stagnation, nor silence for defeat. They understood that faith is not passive, it is active endurance, a fierce loyalty to a truth the world cannot yet see. So Virgo, claim your victory not with noise, but with faith. Let faith be your anchor in the storm, your crown in the silence, your shield in the waiting. For silence does not diminish your power, it multiplies it. The universe has written your triumph not in shifting sands, but in stone. And when you emerge, you will not be asking for belief, you will stand as living proof. Virgo, as we reach the end of this message, there is only one truth that remains. This is not coincidence. This is destiny. Every challenge you have endured, every delay that left you questioning, every night of silence that made you wonder if the universe had forgotten you. Today you understand that nothing was wasted. The wait is over. The seed that has been hidden in the dark has finally broken through to the light. And no one, no force, no circumstance can take it away from you. Remember where we began. This journey started with the promise of a hidden signal of victory, a quiet confirmation that would arrive only for you. And now we close the circle. The same silence that once felt heavy, uncertain, even lonely, is revealed as your greatest power. What was once a warning, speak too soon and risk losing it, is now transformed into strength. Hold your silence, and you multiply your destiny. This is the paradox of divine timing. The less you explain, the more you protect. The less you announce, the more you anchor. Silence is not emptiness, it is sacred. It is the shield that guards your breakthrough until it can no longer be shaken. When you honor that stillness, you step into the role the universe has written for you, not as a seeker, but as the chosen one who carries victory within. So I ask you now, Virgo, to take action. Not by rushing out to prove yourself, but by declaring it in a way the universe will hear. Type these words and make them your vow. I claim my victory in silence. Let it be more than a phrase. It is your covenant with destiny, your promise to guard what is already yours until the moment it blooms in full glory. Every story of struggle you have lived has led to this threshold. Every tear was a seed. Every setback was the soil. And now, the harvest cannot be denied. You are not standing on the edge of possibility. You are standing inside the reality of what was always written for you. Virgo, your silence is not weakness. It is power. It is sacred. It is destiny fulfilled. And nothing will ever take it from you.